I've had my three sons all played loads of sport. Used to go down there, cheer them on. Never abused anybody. Never howled at the opposition. But I would cheer my kids on.
But some parents do,
I would try and
don't
inspire
they?
them to
They
play
berate
well.
them.
And they used to react well to Daddy saying, "Come on, son."
I doubt
They would
that you
score
said it in
goals,
that
they'd score
tone of
tries.
Voice, Piers. I cannot imagine you standing on the sidelines.
No,
and
I've never been
"Come
abusive.
on."
Never been abusive. But what's wrong with a cheer in life?
There's nothing wrong with a cheer, but that is not what happens on the sidelines at children's football and rugby games. People yell, shout, get
Swear?
very aggressive.
Do they swear?
Yes,
What's the
I've
worst
had
you've
swearing.
seen? Because you used to
Yeah, I
coach
used
under
to be a children's rugby coach. I've had to go to parents and ask them to just step away from the sideline.
You're always going to get idiots, and I've seen some parents be idiots, but I would say 95% of all the parents I've ever watched sport with, for going back 15 years, they've cheered on the team, cheered on their children, and saluted the opposition if they win, right? Now you want silence. We've had all this with Manchester University last week. No longer can there be any applause, or events, any applause. It might offend or
I don't have a
upset
problem
people.
with applause. You know, if a child scores a goal or scores a try, fantastic. Yes, let's cheer.
But they had silence at the weekend.
Well, you know, maybe that's their way of addressing and making a very, very clear point about what we are doing to children and the amount of pressure when they're supposed to be having fun.
Anime Mangan.
OK.
Cheering part of the support. Berating, swearing, being aggressive.
Yeah, that's
How do you
obviously
get rid of it?
Well, this is planet silly. This is plain planet silly because it's a spectator sport, football, rugby, all of that. What would 2012 have been like, Super Saturday, without people cheering? I could hear my neighbours cheering all down the street. The penalties in the World Cup.
But these are children. These
But
are
they're
not
children.
adults.
They're becoming
Why are
adults.
we not
We're teaching
teaching
them
kids
to
about
code.
the real world? The real world is not polite silence
But it's
of
not
these
about
things.
the real world. It's about building this love of sport.
Where's the love if nobody can
We have
cheer?
a major
You're removing
obesity
all the love.
problem in this country.
Are we gonna
We
start
have
now?
children falling out of sport, and we have coaches leaving sport.
maybe
Kids
they should
aren't
say
leaving
football.
sport because people are cheering
Yes, they
them.
are.
Let's take
Not
Yes,
because
they
they're-
are.
Oh,
Let's take
rubbish.
football as an
Shouting at them.
example
Not.
and not score any goals because it might upset the goalie.
When was the
how
last
far
person
are
who
we
left
going
the
to take
sport because
it?
people were cheering? I mean,
You
come
don't-
on.
I support a
Children
team
are.
like that,
Yeah.
and that
Tell
doesn't
me
make
the name of
anybody
one
happy.
child on the entire planet who has left the sport because somebody cheered them.
That would be a breach of confidentiality.
Oh, of course
number
it would.
one. And number
Of course
two,
it would.
of course
Give me
I
their
can't
first name.
That would be ridiculous.
If
to
she
lie
says
to
it's a
give a
breach of
child's
confidentiality, she's
name.
not gonna
I've
give
never
you
met
a
a single
name.
child
Of
in the
because
world
you would-
ever who's ever
That
quit a
means
sport
nothing.
because somebody
I can say
cheered
I've
them.
never met all sorts of things. Of course, children don't want to go back, or even worse,
When they're cheered?
they go.
No,
not
when they're
cheered,
berated.
yelled at.
Can I just ask Jane, what level of
Yelled
noise
at.
would be acceptable on the side of the pitch
Right.
for you?
I would have no noise
noise.
until...
So maybe gags with the team logo on. Would that be
Because
good?
the parents go there, many of them, they go there with all their pent-up stress and aggression
Take
and
it out on the
anxiety,
children.
and they take it out by yelling, and but it's fine because
But
it's a
showing the
sporting
children
event.
that they care.
What, by
and then they're
yelling
with
at them? Put that over there, get your...
Have you ever been to a football match and seen how people behave?
Yes, but that's
Have you?
adult.
When they're
enjoying-
when they're
Yes, I
enjoying
have.
it, they're
yes, I've
loving
been to
it.
football.
So, do you march around at Arsenal and tell everyone to shut up?
Because
And why
they're
would you-
adults.
Yeah, and
they're
you're
adults.
robbing-
We're
you're
talking
robbing
about
children.
There are
This
lots of kids,
attitude.
you'd have to ban kids from going to sporting events because they're going to hear a completely
No,
different
what
thing
they've
there.
done is
Different. It's
it's
not
banned the
directed at
parents.
them.
No, but you're missing my point. You're missing my point. You want
point.
You want
You are
silent.
missing my
You want
point.
kids.
Repeatedly.
I'm here too.
You want
Nice
total.
one.
You want kids to grow up by having total silence on their own sporting fields. But when, as kids, they go to adult competition, professional football matches, and so on, they'll be exposed to all this stuff.
And
What do you do
in
about
life,
that?
It's not just about sport, it's in life. Children have to learn to win, to lose, and to cope with pressure. And this is an introduction to it. Doing junior sport is an introduction
Being
to that.
yelled
And
at
asking
from the
parents
sidelines.
to suppress their enthusiasm and their love and support for their
not
children
enthusiasm.
is, I'm afraid. I'm not
Anime,
saying you're a snowflake, but I'm saying don't go too near the fire.
OK, but you would accept that some parents can behave extremely badly on the
I think
sidelines.
abuse
You get
and
idiots
bad
everywhere.
language is totally unacceptable. Fine them, then give the money to the kids' team. There's loads of ways to
But
manage
then
them.
some poor
Take 5 minutes
person
time
has
out
got
on the
to
whole
go
match.
and address... I've talked to lots of coaches since I got the call yesterday, but I happened to be at an event the other week where there were some children's rugby coaches, and they said exactly what I'm saying. They have to go to the parents and tell them to be quiet.
Yeah, okay,
Well,
do that then. Do that.
That's fine. Do that.
Yeah, do that. But don't stop everybody from expressing
But I've also
themselves.
know lots of coaches who are either have left or are contemplating leaving because they cannot bear the
they
level.
can't take the pace then. Let them go.
Have you got any idea? Have you got any
people's
idea?
mental health.
Jane,
What
have you got
about
any idea?
so when your son got hurt when he was playing rugby, when
Yeah.
Bertie got hurt?
Yes.
You want people to be quiet and compassionate and focus on a child.
Trust me, the last thing he's thinking about when he dislocated his shoulder was whether people were cheering or not. Right?
Exactly.
So here's
So
what they do.
let's-
Here's what they do. Look, when my sons were playing football, for example, and they got themselves into a goal-scoring position, they want to hear the old man going, "Get in, son!"
You can't actually hear anything
Bang!
when you're in
It's to
that
get
moment.
it in, and then
You
we go.
don't- you
Sometimes
don't
I'd run
hear
on and we'd
anything.
hug each other.
I have to
Come on!
It's not just boys who love football, girls do. And being a part of a team is actually anti-stressful for them. It helps
Of
them
course, but
share
being
their
yelled
concerns.
at is stressful. And
Supported,
children
yeah. They're being
these days
supported.
have got higher levels of stress than
Oh,
ever
come
before,
on,
and this
Jane.
doesn't help them.
Jane, have you got kids?
I have a grown-up son who played rugby, and I was a rugby coach, and I've been
did
a
you ever cheer
childminder
him
and a
on?
foster carer.
Did you ever
Jane
cheer him
doesn't
on?
have a problem with cheering.
cheered.
She has a problem with yelling
Yelling
and
and
abuse.
aggression.
But there wasn't anything at the weekend. There was silence, right?
Well,
this is the way
yeah.
everyone wants to take kids. There must be silence at school, silence at sport,
Yeah,
silence
silence
at
at school to
university.
intimidate
Nobody
them.
must ever express an emotion at all, ever again. The world must become silent.
Well,
we are
for
becoming
adults, shut
Marcel
up, yes.
Marceau's dream, right? Where everything...
Love that noise.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
great.
can we have more of that? Yeah, give that a cheer.
We'll cheer.
Give that a cheer. We've been running a poll on Twitter asking whether cheering from the touchlines should be banned. 8% said yes, 92% say no.
Britain once again agrees completely with me. But why don't we celebrate that news, my victory, my goal-scoring moment with Britain agreeing me again, with a moment of complete silence. See how entertaining you find this. Have you ever seen a more cheerful person than Jane in that moment of total silence?
It was
I think, Jane, you've had too much noise in your life, and I get that. Because you were almost ecstatic at that period of silence then.
I don't like being shouted at, Piers. No, that's the thing. I don't.
Quite right.
And I'm always
Quite right.
going to protect children, their mental health, their well-being.
I
and
know,
stand
but I've
up
had
for
4
them.
kids and I've always cheered them on. I've never booed them, never harangued them,
I know,
never
but there
insulted
are
anybody.
parents who aren't like you, Piers, who
Well, they
stand
should
by the
be like me, as
sidelines
the
and
poll-
are awful to
as
their
the,
children
as
and
the
other
poll
children.
just proved,
The sheer
actually most
volume
parents
of
are
noise
like
when
me.
you're on a field.
The sheer volume of
is
noise in my right
horrendous.
ear
Yes, Suzanne, we
when I'm
feel
on the
for you.
programme.
Noise is thrilling. I think